Hello everyone, you are on the Moby channel and I am glad to see you on my channel again. In this video, we will discuss the following topics. If the Titan TV man is infected, then how it will be saved. I will show you the moments that you might not have noticed, and I think that you will be shocked by this, because all this time these moments were shown in episode 68, and also I will show you very high quality fan animation and I will analyze it. The plot of this animation will definitely surprise you, and we will also talk about Godzilla again in the secret episode. I think that all the topics in the video are very interesting, so before we start, be sure to like, let's get 10,000 likes, and subscribe to the channel, because we are confidently heading towards the goal of 400,000 subscribers. Anyway, we're starting. And let's start with perhaps the most unusual thing, from which there were a lot of comments under the last video and it became almost the most discussed topic of the video, and specifically I'm talking about the fact that Astro Toilets will be able to infect Titan TV man in the future. And that's why I think so. Some plot points in the new episodes are very similar to the old ones. For example, here's how agents break into the secret base of SKIBIDI toilets. Also, the moment when Titan Cameraman and Titan Speakerman are holding one of the clones of Titan G toilet, as if he will soon be given a good interrogation, is also the moment from episode 65 when Titan Cameraman was again dealt very heavy damage from the fact that a large SKIBIDI toilet crashed into him, and this arrow can be seen on the container, which indicates that history has repeated itself. Therefore, I assume that the Titan TV man will be infected with a more powerful parasite. Perhaps it will be the Astro Toilets parasite. But as I said in one of the previous videos, he will not be under the influence of the parasite for long, because a new race of agents can come to his aid. These will be Computer Man's agents. These are agents who, like Astro Toilets, came from the future in order to stop the cunning plan of SKIBIDI toilets. And Computer Man's agents will also have their own Titan, and I assume it will look like a very big monkey, but with the head of a computer, that is, an old monitor. I have such a theory, because recently a secret episode in which Godzilla was on the network got into the network. And as we know, there are also other Titans in the Godzilla universe, specifically the Titan monkey. I also noticed that Mr. DaFuq is inspired by the films about Transformers. He even used to do animation on Transformers, and big mechanical animals were also present in the films about Transformers. But this is just my theory. I'm not saying that everything will be like this, but I would love to see it. Also, since we touched on the topic of Godzilla, then in the films about Godzilla, as you know, there was also a mechanical Godzilla, which people created to fight the real Godzilla. Therefore, what if this troll leak is a hint that Godzilla will indeed appear in the series, but not an ordinary Godzilla will appear, as we saw earlier, but a mechanical Godzilla will appear. And perhaps in the secret bunker we will just see how the agents will fight with a large similar monster, and then when the forces are running out, a new race of agents will come to their aid. After all, if history repeats itself, then this usually happens in the series. As soon as all races are defeated, a new one appears, or a new elite agent appears, and as we know, all races except TV man agents already have an elite agent. Therefore, it is possible that in the second part of episode 68, a new kind of elite agent TV man will appear, who will also actively engage in battle like other elite agents. But this is also my one big theory. And now, before I go on to analyze high-quality interesting fan animation, I want to show you this moment. And I'm not talking about the hidden Astro Toilets, which is watching what is happening. I'm talking about the fact that the Titan TV man does not chop off the head of the Titan clone G toilet. If you look closely, he pulled out exactly the one who controlled this clone. After all, as we know, the clones are controlled by a small-sized SKIBIDI toilet, just as it was with the big Titan scientist. After all, the scientist himself was also small in size. So the Titan TV man is not clutching the head of the Titan clone G toilet at this moment. He's squeezing whoever was controlling him. Well, now let's move on to the analysis of a very interesting high-quality fan animation. But before you start, like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. As is customary, the second part of episode 68 begins at the place where the first part ends, and specifically the big agent TV man wanted to show us what is happening inside the bunker right now. After all, as we know from episode 60, this agent has this ability. But before connecting to someone's camera operator, the following happens. Some flying cameraman helicopters start to burn and fall. Then, just a second later, Astro Toilet appears, and this is exactly the same Astro Toilet that was in episode 60, and most likely this is the same Astro Toilet that watched Titan in part 1 of episode 68. Next, the TV man agent says a secret message, and if you understand what he said, then write about it in the comments. Next, the big agent turns on its white blinding glow, which has an unpleasant feeling in Astro Toilet, but then a second Astro Toilet appears, and for some reason the radiation of the big agent TV man does not work on it, perhaps because this Astro Toilet is from the future and they know how not to feel pain from the radiation of the screen, or it just there are lenses on the eyes. Next, this opponent pierces the big agent TV man, from which the agent turns off its radiation. And then another Astro Toilet picks up the agent and just throws it away, and interference can be noticed on the operator's camera. But then the Titan TV man appears and decides to eliminate two opponents at once with one wave, but Astro Toilets are equipped with high speed, so they manage to dodge the blow. Next, the operator turns to the Titan TV man and he seems to have found out who these two are, as if he had already seen them before. Or he got into a little shock, because he had not seen these opponents before. And then something happens that I simply could not have expected, namely, the big Titan Astro Toilet appears. He pulls out his powerful laser from behind his back and prepares to attack the Titan TV man. The cameraman turns to the Titan TV man and he does not intend to give up. This smiley face appears on his TV and then the TVs are epically disconnected from his shoulders. If you suddenly forgot, then the Titan TV man presented this ability to us in part 1 of episode 68, if you haven't seen it yet, then you can watch my analysis of the episode, following the hint in the upper right corner. Next, the Titan TV man rushes into battle and his TVs fly after him. Next, the operator lowers his camera down and we see a hologram of a secret agent. And after a few seconds, the hologram disappears and the fan sequel ends. How do you like this animation? Write your opinion in the comments, it will be very interesting for me to read them. And I will say that I like this animation. It has an unusual and interesting plot, because we all expected to see what would happen in the bunker, but we did not think in any way that such a thing could happen. I believe that this author has partially guessed what will happen in future episodes. I mean the titanium Astro Toilet. Most likely, this Titan also exists in the original universe from Mr. Boom, but its time has not yet come. And now let's imagine that if, after all, the agent of TV man was able to connect to one of the cameramen, and what if it was a simp cameraman? Suddenly, in the second part of episode 68, the POV operator will be simp cameraman. Suddenly, the agent connected to it by mistake or perhaps on purpose. Perhaps the agents of TV man will want to eliminate simp cameraman if he has gone over to the dark side, but cameraman agents with speaker men will try to cure him and bring him back to their side. I really think that soon we will see the simp cameraman, a new race of agents, and the elite agent TV man will also appear in the series. And that's where I'll end this video. Don't forget to write your theories in the comments, because the most interesting ones get into the video like these guys, and also like and subscribe to the channel. Moby was with you, and remember that the plot doesn't end, it's just beginning.